Hi everybody. We're coming in here. We're trying it again. We're trying one last time. I got fired at the end of last season. So that wasn't ideal, not really what we were hoping for. As I've said, we're trying one more time. Go 3 for 3 for fixing a team and then getting fired. That's likely, I would say. I would say that's likely the outcome is us getting fired again. But I got a job offer from the Iqaluit Bees. That was many months ago. Yeah, I guess we go back the whole way to my time at the Guangdong Tigers, who let me go. You can see the Guangdong Tigers help. There's bees everywhere. It's true. The Guangdong Tigers canned me after we fought through a injury-riddled season with basically no goaltending. They fired me. They hired Mushano Koji Arai, and then they immediately fired Arai, and I believe they hired Wu Li, but I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, I got canned from my time in Guangdong, which is tough because I really felt like I built that team. And then what, do we just watch a few more years? Probably. Yeah, I think we go a little bit into the future. But yeah, Guangdong fired me. I got a couple other offers, but some of them from junior teams, and then the Birmingham back checkers. But the best offer I got was from the Iqaluit Bees, which is good and bad. The Iqaluit Bees are a top division NHL team, so that's a pro. The problem is it's kind of tough to do this with the teams that just got up to the NHL. Rejection from the Guangdong Tigers. Yeah, it was pretty hard to take. And I did get fired from the Guangdong Tigers twice, and even the coup couldn't keep me in place the second time. So what I've done to speed up this process, because last time we spent like an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever in the off season, I made the off season moves under my own volition. Like I made these off season moves. So I'll run us through the roster here, and I'll tell you who I brought in versus who is fixtures of this team. So when I got here, they had Lafreniere, Kindle, this guy Lonnie McCrate, who's a 5'4", 169-pound defenseman. Zaijan, yes. They had some other guys, not a ton. They had Damian Clara. They had, not a lot. Ethan Cardwell. Nikita Nestorenko. Like, just some random, like, filler dudes. Dylan Clark. Or Claire, probably, because he's from Switzerland. And that's a new guy. So, Dmitry Popova, yes. So what I did, they gave us a decent amount of money to spend. So we still have a low payroll compared to other teams in this division. Is Iqaluit. This is where we are. We're the Iqaluit Bees. It's in Nunavut, a Canadian territory in the Arctic. But yeah, they gave us a decent amount of money to spend. So I said we're spending it in the offseason. I spent a lot of it on Jeremy Swayman, who is coming off a couple good years in the NHL as a good goalie for some bad teams. I spent it on Jake Sanderson, who has been good. He was good with did the Mexico Golden Eagles stay in the top division? They did not. So he's been an up and down guy between the two leagues, but he's been the best player on the Mexico Golden Eagles for a long time. Then I picked up Benjamin Evard, who's a very strong BHL defender who we're going to hope can make the jump. Adrian Hunter was already on the team, but he's an offensive juggernaut, 6'5" defenseman who we're going to play mostly on the power play. Dmitry Popova is our 7th D-man. He's kind of young. I've been trying to move him, but I haven't been able to find a good home for him. Stan Donne is he's a grit grind kind of puncher, deep in the lineup, like 36-year-old gritty veteran. Oh, I don't know how to say that word, but I'm glad it's there. Unu Sakut. I think that's probably it. And if it's not, let me know. Lonnie McCrate's a little like action-oriented defenseman. He was a menace on the Seoul Steelers. He was a defenseman of the year candidate in the BHL last year. We remember Mikita Merkula. He was on the Auckland Athlaks, and they kicked him off. They traded him off as soon as I took control. Here we're going to utilize him more in like a defensive role as opposed to like a power play guy, which we did in Unu Sakut. Okay, yeah, nice. Population of 8,000. Well, stadium capacity of 18,000. So they're bringing in people from all over. Dylan Clark's a shutdown defenseman. I added Arseny Gritsyuk, who has been a role player in the NHL with Atlanta, but Atlanta's been like the best team in the NHL. Lafreniere's wearing the captaincy. Sylvester Brees is a young prospect we signed, but he hasn't been able to crack the lineup. We have a few more young prospects. Mike Tasker he ripped up in preseason. He's an incredible playmaker. We're going to need a lot from him. Nikita Nestorenko was already here. Connor Zary, another guy from our Auckland team. I brought him in for some secondary scoring behind Kindle on the top line. Maverick Bork is gumming up our third line. He's been a good third liner in the NHL. Whoever Jaden Grubb is, we brought him in. He has some history of scoring. Don't ever talk about the logistics of the league. It's true. Ben Kindle's Ben Kindle. He's still only 22 and really, really building up here as a two-way force. Greg Hedrick is a random cast-off guy, but he's like a power. Think of like a Corey Perry type at this point in his career. He is just a guy who can go and get beat up in front of the net, sees an 18 in screening. He's kind of tough-ish. He's pretty good mentally. Like, he has good bravery. He'll fight people. Yeah, he'll fight people. He's kind of slow, but he's just a good depth, up and down the lineup kind of guy. Anywhere other than Toronto. Yeah. Adrian Loshko is a playmaking winger who was okay for the Beckford Sioux. Jake DeBrusk is another guy we brought in. He was horrible in the preseason, so we'll see how he does in the regular season. And then Ethan Cardwell he's a burner. He's really fast, but he doesn't do a lot else. He's okay in terms of two-way game. Then on our protected list, so guys who didn't make our top lineup, we have this guy, Jyrki Nieminen. Min Ma, who was really good for the team last year, but we couldn't really find a place for him behind Clara and Swayman. So, and then Ilya Solovyov is just like a standard 8th defenseman. We picked up Ziga Bevic, who we tried to sign in Guangdong, and he was not interested. And then he picked up a neck laceration in the preseason, as is tradition. And finally, probably one of our better prospects, Simone. So we're built up. We're built up pretty good. We have a pretty good roster. We have Lafreniere, Kindle, Loshko, Tasker, Zary, DeBrusk, Gritsyuk, Bork, Cardwell. This is the like big time grind line, and then Hedrick, Nestorenko, and Grubb. And then our defense pairs: Sanderson with Clerk, McCrate with Merculaw, and Hunter with Evard. This is like this should probably be the really sheltered third line, and then Swayman and Clara in goal. So we're jumping right in. Neck guards, no kidding. We got to make it mandatory. We're jumping right into our season opener because I already did the preseason. I wasn't going to bore everybody with the preseason again. So we're jumping right in to our regular season opener again at Anchorage. So the Arctic Duel, they're calling it. This is the bad hockey. No, we're in the nice hockey league now, Wolfie. We are in the nice hockey league. We got the promotion. All right, here we go. The Arctic Bowl, the Iqaluit Bees versus the Anchorage Argonauts. I think there's a Whitehorse team too, so maybe this isn't the only Arctic Bowl. And the Greenlanders, of course. All right, options: view, speed, fast. Sound, medium. Enable text to speak. I don't need that. All right. I think that's good. Any trade deadline thought? Oh, on the current NHL trade deadline? I think Colorado did really well. I think they really did a nice job buffing up their problems. Who else did pretty well? I think Calgary did a good job selling off. They did what they needed to do. Yeah, there is a Whitehorse team. I thought so. Calgary did a good job selling off. The Islanders, I'm not really sure what they're doing with that Shen acquisition. It seems kind of exorbitant for the type of player that is. I'm not sure why the Rangers didn't trade Vince Trocheck. I think they probably should have. The Blues did pretty well for who they sold off. They just didn't get to sell off as much as you probably would have wanted them to. Yeah, I wish it'd have been good to have gotten that Parayko deal done. That'd have been better for Buffalo also, but Colorado's winning the cup. Buffalo asked. Yeah, it's true. Buffalo did kind of spend a lot. If they'd have gotten that Parayko deal done, it'd have been okay. That was a huge price for Parayko, though, so they might be better off keeping Mertka and in that first-round pick. But I'm interested to see if you watch that. I watched that Sabres Lightning game the other day. Like I threw it on when it was 4-1 just to have like background noise while I was working on like college stuff. So I just threw it on in the background and I could like barely pay attention to what I was doing. And lo and behold, that game went from 4-1 to I think it got up to 6-4 Lightning, and then it just went back and forth, and it was awesome because the Lightning, Everybody talks about how nasty and mean Florida is, but the Lightning, the Lightning are like just as nasty. And I think I listen to the PDO cast pretty regularly with Dmitry Filipovich and Thomas Drance. Which, if you're like a hockey nerd like me, you should absolutely listen to the PDO cast. It's truly a great show. And I think Dimitri said it the best, where the Lightning came out and were just actively trying to harm the Sabres. And Dimitri's like, that's the ultimate show of respect from that Lightning team. Is because that Lightning team came out and played the Sabres like they were playing the Panthers. Which, that should be a we made it moment for the Sabres. To have the Lightning show up and be out there trying to beat your guys up, trying to hurt you, having Hagel beating up Rasmus Dahlin. That Sabres team is good. That Sabres team is good. I don't know if the goaltending can keep up in the playoffs. It's Alex Lyon still. Like, it's Alex Lyon, UPL. So, can they stack up against a team like the Lightning that actually has a goaltender? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the East is pretty winnable if you're Buffalo. Like, they're pretty good. Is that respect or is it fear? And this is, I will explain why the Sabres are sacrificing their picks to Moloch to make the playoffs. Yeah, they might be. Yeah, so now, next time the Sabres and Lightning see each other, which I don't know if they play any more this season, but I'm interested when the Lightning and Sabres play each other. They'll obviously put Logan Stanley in, and who does he beat up? Because he will be beating people up. Like, that will be a fight. Yeah, they're very deep up front. They're a pretty complete team up front. Just having Josh Doan become the player that he has this year, having him just be a 20-goal scorer and replace Peterka 1-for-1 is pretty incredible. And then they have what's that top pair? It's Dahlin. They have four like elite. They have three elite defensemen, like very very good defensemen, and then Samuelson, because it's Dahlin, guy I'm forgetting. I don't know why that is just soaring through my brain, but it's Dahlin with guy I'm forgetting, and Owen Power with Samuelson. Yeah, I like what Utah did too. I'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, if they're playing a pairing of Michael Kesselring and Logan Stanley for 15 minutes a night, and you bring out Logan Stanley to punch people and just obliterate shots, like, and April 6th too, both those teams will probably be clinched. That strikes me as a fight night waiting to happen. Okay, it's Dahlin and Samuelson on the top pair. Okay, then who's Power with? That's I don't know why I can't. Hold on. Real quick. Let's run over some NHL stuff real quick. We'll talk about the goings on. Let me switch my OBS before we hop back into our league. Go to this. Yeah, nice. All right, let's bring up some lines. That's always my favorite thing to look at. Byram. Yeah, and he's had a really nice he's had a nice season for himself. Bowen Byram. Yeah, Stanley in the lineup. He'll get torched by guys who can play hockey. Yeah, second pair is Bowen Byram with Owen Power. Thank you. That is what I was looking for. Let's bring up our Sabres here. These are some good lines, man. And I think the thought right now is that Benson will come up onto this Thompson and Doan line. which that'll be Krebs and somebody in Tuck. It sucks. I wish Iqaluit was available because he's a pretty good player. They got a center, didn't they? Oh, Carrick. They got Sam Carrick. I wonder how they're... Oh, I can look at... Yeah. Let's look at this. Because I can look at line deployment on here. Maybe. Where is it? It's so huge in my face. I don't want the preview. Maybe I want the preview of their next game. That'll show me what the lines were in their previous game. Yeah, there we go. No? Okay. What's wrong with me? Byron being legit is so funny because it adds to the Sabres Sens beat. Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot he was supposed to be a Sens pick. Metza. Yes. Yeah, Metza and Kesselring. And Metza's the one that they're going to swap out for. They're going to swap out for one of the big fellas, I would assume. Oops. Can I see the lines? Show me the line. Yeah, there it is. Okay, finally. Yeah. Zucker, McLeod, Quinn, Ostlund, Norris, Doan, Krebs, Thompson, Tuck, Malenstein, Carrick, Benson. That is killer. That's a killer core. I mean, this isn't your first line, really. Like, Sens beef. Sens fans want to beef with people. The Sens love to beef with the Sabres. They're because they're both Toronto's little brothers, and all three teams have been equally as successful in the past 5 decades, which is not. But yeah, Zucker, McLeod. I love McLeod in terms of like a puck carrier, passer guy. I think Zucker's a heck of a player as far as a just guy who stirs things up, kind of makes stuff happen. I don't know Ostlund super well, but I like Josh Norris. I think he's a good, pretty mean player. Like, these two are both kind of gritty, and Thompson can rip it, Tuck can fly, and then you can kind of just put Krebs with them, and that's cool. You're cool with that. And this fourth line is going to eat most people's big target lines. Yeah, first and third. Okay. Yeah, I can tell that it's just from the 5-on-5 ice time they had last game. So this line just played a lot. It's because there were a lot of power plays in that last game. So it kind of brings down Thompson and Tuck's 5-on-5 power play. This is clearly the first line. This is clearly the third line. And then this is your second line. Like, Dahlin and Samuelson are not the bottom pairing. And Thompson and Samuelson are not the middle pairing. Yeah, they are Power and Samuelson. You can tell they just play these four because it doesn't even list the other guys. But Beck Malenstein can move and hit people. He's pretty cool. Krebs is allergic to the puck and he shoots it no matter how bad the chance is. Good for him. Yeah, Malenstein is a really fat. When they got him in the same offseason they got Sam Lafferty, and they're like the same player. And I don't know why they got them both, because they are so similar in terms of just guy who can soar, who can mostly hit, who has limited offensive ability. And now Sam's on Vancouver, I think, but yeah, no, the Sabres, they have a lot of finishers in their lineup. Again, I wish they had Yuri Kulik, but I don't even know where he fits in here anymore. They really built out their roster, and I think Carrick's a good get for them. And the the defense is playable now. But yeah, they probably run over the Sharks, I'd assume, tonight. Like, the Sharks are... The Sharks defense is still just as horrible as it looks. Like, I'm not sold on the Sam Dickinson, I think is his name. Sam Dickinson and Vince Desharnais. Come on now. But matched up well against the Lightning recently. Yeah, I mean they're fast and can play with the Lightning. Like, and that's pretty good. Who else is interesting? I mean, the Kings added kind of a lot. Do we owe Kevin Adams an apology? Maybe. Honestly. I guess. I'm kind of amazed that might be the case, but the top pairing of John Klingberg in 2026. Yeah. Orlov is okay, I think. I don't know what he's putting up. You can see me searching for Dmitry Yushkevich. I am working on that video, I swear. Yeah, he's not the like offensive force that he was. I don't think he's really... I mean, he's getting pretty... He's older than you would think. Like, he was on the 2012 Capitals? That's crazy. He was coached by Bruce Boudreau. That doesn't seem possible. Wow. He's been on there he's been around for a long time. And he was really good with Boston that 1 year, and then just didn't really work out in Carolina and went to San Jose. Yeah, the Sharks are Celebrini, Smith, and Toffoli. Yeah. And I don't think Askarov has been especially good this year. I mean, he's a good player, but I don't know if that's the solution long term. I'm interested in this Kings team with the new top line of Panarin playing in the Fiala slot. They have Trevor Moore with Byfield and Lafreniere. Lafreniere, yeah. And now they have Scott Laughton plugging in. Everybody loves Scott Laughton. It's just this... they sunk themselves with this stupid defense. Like, what were they doing? I think Adams is kind of an asshole, but he built a great team. But clearly there was some disconnect between players and management. Yeah. Yes. I would say that's definitely true. Are we playing the campaign for North Africa, the Desert War, 1940 through 1943? That's what the next stream is going to be, the campaign for North Africa. We're going to play through the whole thing. The one sitting. The better Alex laugh, yeah. No, but Nedeljkovic is playing... Nedeljkovic does do that. Nedeljkovic goes on random runs of just going absolutely psycho. Who's the worst goalie in the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still him. That hasn't changed. I didn't mention Clark. He's the Kings' best player. Yeah, good for Brant Clark, man. What's he up to counting stat-wise? Yeah, that's pretty good, man. In a respectable second pair role. Jim Hiller. Didn't they fire Jim Hiller? Am I making that up? I swear they fired Jim Hiller. Yeah. Who's their coach now? Oh, DJ Smith. Yeah. Good old DJ Smith. I don't know why they don't have that listed here. Noted CHL goalie Alex Nedeljkovic. Yeah, CHL goalie seems to just be a complete crapshoot. They did fire, yes. If every night was Filipino Heritage Night, is Cody Ceci really showing up on Filipino Heritage Night? Will Kevin Adams get another job? I honestly think probably. Because he seems to be a pretty good politician, too. Like, because that's how he got his job because he could kiss up to Bagula. So I think he'll probably find his way back into the NHL. Because, I mean, he'll be an advisor to the general manager, you know, and he'll spend a few years there and he'll really hone his craft or whatever. And then he'll get like an assistant GM job, and I could definitely see him working his way back into the NHL. I think that's definitely doable. Oh, CC's Filipino. That's nice. Yeah, they got to bring in all the Filipino guys in the league. So just the Robertson brothers and CC? I can't immediately think of anybody else. Adams is the next Toronto GM. That'd be pretty funny. Jim Rutherford's going to be the GM in Vancouver until the end. He's going to fix it. And then Norm is just promoting an assistant after the head coach is fired. Makes replacing Lane Lambert with Patrick Waugh midseason so fun. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. I think he'd be a great assistant GM, but he needs to work on those connections with players and that communication. Yeah, I think that's true. Well, I mean, he was Pagula's guy. Like, he was hired to be Pagula's guy. He wasn't really hired to be like a guy the players liked and respected. So, Kings have 5 black players in their development pipeline currently on the team, which I think is cool. That is cool. I think they, not that that's playing a major role in the like guys they draft and stuff like that, but I do think Los Angeles is one of the more forward-thinking teams in trying to bring in more marginalized communities and bring them in to be fans of their hockey team. Because I mean, LA is a pretty diverse city, so it's definitely like, why wouldn't you? You know, like, hockey is quite literally for everyone. That's the whole goal. And even cynically, in like a business mind, not just because it's the right thing to do, like even cynically, like it would get you more money, you know? Like, I don't know. Praying for Jim Nill to be fired. Jim Nill would just have his contract not renewed, I would assume. Funny Kevin Adams story is having a poster him from the Hurricanes on my wall growing up. That is pretty funny. What did he score? Like 12 goals with them? And is that his career high in goals? 15. I was pretty close. Yeah, 15 in the cup year. He comes up in the next video because he's on the 2002 Carolina Hurricanes. He comes up at the very beginning and very end of the next video because he gets selected in the expansion draft and then ends up on the Hurricanes. So, lots of Kevin Adams. We love Kevin Adams. He weighed 200 pounds. A bigger guy than I thought because he kind of plays like a grinder type, you know? But shout out, Kevin Adams. Sorokin's having a heck of a year. Logan Thompson probably should have gotten some more starts for Team Canada. Jeremy Swayman is Jeremy Swayman. Who's Devin Cooley? I mean, I know everybody else here. I know that Wedgwood was having a nice year. I know that Casey Smith was having a nice year as far as the backups. And that Alex Lyon had taken the net for Buffalo. Love number 14. That is pretty funny. Would I consider doing a Kings video? Yeah, sure. I kind of thought about doing... Can I type? There we go. kind of thought about doing a video of this Kings era, like the pre Dustin Brown, but they were still like pretty decent Kings, like the Lubo Visnovsky. Like, what is this? What is this conglomeration of people? Thompson should have started every game. Californian goalie tandem. Shout out to them. Devin Cooley is Mr. Memento Mori. Nice. But yeah, this Kings team is strange. Like, there's Lubo and Craig Conroy. This is post Flames and also pre Flames Craig Conroy. It was like, listen, I'm not just a product of my good friend Jerome McGinley. And it turned out he was kind of right. He was maybe a product of this gentleman here, Pavel Demitra. Poor Pavel Demitra. Died in the locomotive plane crash. He was a heck of a player, man. Should have really... Nothing matters. Nobody cares. We're all going to die. Shout out. Shout out to Cooley. But yeah, Pavel Demitra was an incredible player. I want to do some more, like, after this big Leafs thing, I want to do some more, like, single seasons. Because, like, the flow with the Leafs video has just been, like, it's like, okay, I guess I gotta go talk about the Leafs some more. Like, and I like doing it. I like it. They're a fun team to talk about. Especially in the video that I'm working on right now. They're a very fun team to talk about. But it's like, I can't just lock into the same team for like 10 seasons like I have with the Leafs. Yes, post Ziggy Palffy, pre Kopitar. Yeah, like Ryan Smith's on one of these teams. Like Sean Avery's here. Joe Corvo. A guy that... How long was he there? I guess he was drafted by the... Joe Corvo was drafted by the Kings? And he broke out at 28 years old. I think of him as a Carolina Hurricane, and he was not there that long. I guess he got traded to them. And they weren't even good. Oh, they were okay in 2009. They made the conference final. Guess I gotta talk about the Leafs some more. Yeah, that's Mike Johnson. that's O-Dog and Mike Johnson, both former Leafs, going out there to talk some more. Maybe get some Frank Corrado in there. Shout out to him. Yeah, this is another team that I can't believe did what they did. Like, this is a team that made the conference final. The 2009 Carolina Hurricanes. Sorry? What's up? Like, so did Pomo take over that team in the second half? Did Maurice work for them twice? He did. He did. Because I knew he was their coach when he was with the Whalers. By the way, Ben, did you see that Pittsburgh had the law? Yeah, I did. I missed that game because it was like an afternoon and I was coming home from work. But, yeah. Ziggy Palffy's childhood friends with your mom. That's very funny. Ziggy Palffy, the namesake of my dog growing up, who I named Ziggy because Ziggy Palffy was on the Penguins. And I really like the name Ziggy. It dates my dog to the year 2005, but yes, I named him after Ziggy Palffy. But like, what is this? The oddest run I may have ever seen of lose the cup final, miss the playoffs twice in a row, win the cup, miss the playoffs twice in a row, go to the conference final. Missed the playoffs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years in a row. Huh? and then go to the conference finals again. And then they've become what they are now, which is a routine competitor. But Scott Walker punched Aaron Ward in the face, Game 6 of Round 2, and then scored the OT winner in Game 7. Iconic team. I only know this team, this Carolina team, because they got absolutely just stomped by the Penguins in the conference final. Like, I think Malkin lit them up. Yeah, Malkin had 6 goals in 4 games. That's where he has the famous... I'll see if I can bring it up. This is my studio page. YouTube. There's me. And Malkin, backhand goal. Yeah, it's this one. Will this get the stream demonetized? Probably, but who cares? But I'm not playing the TurboTax ad aloud. Everybody has to watch it with me. I don't have YouTube Premium. Shout out to this guy. I got a lot of my footage for the Penguins video from his channel. I think I put him in the description. But yeah, this is one of the craziest goals you'll ever see. I'll put the sound back on for you. Oh, it's Joe. It's Beninati, the Caps guy. Oh, that's not it. No, this is just the hat trick. I need the third goal. Yeah, it's this. It's this one.
Enough of these little eye-opening, eyebrow-raising opportunities in the attacking zone, and it's a one-shot game. Malkin burrowing is out.
Just insane. Just insane. Crash out from Brodeur in the first round because of a last-second goal in Game 5. Yeah, I have not looked at this run at all. And now I'm looking at that roster. What's Patrick Eaves? Patrick Eaves was on that team. Patrick Eaves plays the Penguins in the playoffs in 2007. Oh, he doesn't play them in 2008. He gets traded. But he plays them again in 2009. Oh, and then he goes to Detroit. But that's after. Never stood a chance against that Pen. Yeah, UC Jokinen is awesome. Like, Cam Ward was better than you'd think. He was pretty good for a while. He was both a little better and a little worse than some people think. But this year he was on. Like, pitching a .916, 7th in Vezina voting, 17th in Hart voting. I wonder, yeah, we would have advanced stats for 2009. Yeah, okay. And an 18 G-Sax, like up with Tim Thomas and Tomas Vokoun and Roberto Luongo. That is the group you want to be in with Cam Ward. That is true. Lessons in load, man. He got worn down. They just played him so much. Another great season in 2010. And then another great season in 2011. And then another great season in 2012. And then he's gone. There's Dan Ellis. That's not a good sign. Cam? Yeah. He only plays 17 games in 2013, the shortened season. And then Anton Khudobin comes out. Oh, that's the Justin Peters year, where they're like, yeah, Justin Peters is going to be the heir apparent to Cam Ward. Yeah, and he was just never really the same. But man, his peak is even more impressive than I thought it was. But like this span, because he wasn't as good in this 07 and 08, and he got yanked in the playoffs a couple times in 06. He won the Conn Smythe and was really good sometimes and was sometimes. But yeah, shout out to Guy Herbert. And shock at the Rock during Game 7. I've been to the Rock one time. Pretty nice arena. Enough NHL. Get back to the NHL. True. But yeah, we'll Yeah, here is the Cam Ward Never the Same Again, 2013. After 4 just awesome seasons. But maybe you shouldn't play the guy for 74 games. And that's why they don't do that anymore. I'm still kind of taken by this team. Is that Joseph Melikar? Penguins X Generation legend, Joseph Melikar? That team had the sickest theme song. That team had a theme song, by the way. The post Lemieux. Well, the Lemieux is hurt, but pre-Crosby Penguins. They had this theme song. It went da 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 ba 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 ba. I'll see if I can bring it up. Does this have the theme? I hope it has the theme. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh no, this is a different theme. Morozov. Fata. Koltsov. This is before they were getting Karan. Straka, who gets traded shortly after this. Teenage Marc-Andre Fleury. Oh, Steve McKenna. And Mario, who plays like 15 games a season. Brian Holsinger, Ramsey Abid, Matt Bradley, Young Brooks Orpik. It's Sebastian Caron again. Ryan Malone. Mike Eastwood, Drake Bear, like a pretty brutal roster. I gotta see if I can. Hey, look, it's my video. Song. Is this it?
The road to victory. But there is a place.
Is this it? Yes, this is it. This is it. I should download it. Yeah, Utri he's a little bit older than me, so he was really locked into that generation of Penguins. I can download the full version. Here it comes. Yeah. Mike Eastwood. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. But yeah, that song is ingrained because, I mean, they started playing that in like 2000, right after the lockout, like Crosby's rookie year, which is really the first year I was paying attention to hockey. And so this is like ingrained in me as like the song that plays for the Penguins when I was a little lad and I was watching them lose every game. It was very funny. Yeah, it's awesome. I love the Penguins theme song. Oh yes, and of course it's in the igloo. You can see all those seats where your head bumps up against the ceiling. What a weird arena. Very, very cool. Very cool, freakish arena. I think I sat like not up here but the opposite side, and they had like sofas and stuff. I don't know what that was all about. It was like not club seats, but it was some like between club seats and just regular seats. It was very strange. I saw them lose in a shootout to the Blackhawks. That was probably like 2010, like the last year in the igloo probably. But yeah, it's been a long time. But I have to make a cover of the Boys of Winter. I don't know who made it. I don't know, and I can't even get to the download. Like, I don't know who made this. I don't know where it came from. Maybe that should be my, like, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Defunct Land guy. He's great, a great YouTuber. He has this video about trying to track down the person who wrote the Disney Channel theme. And he does eventually find it. It's kind of hard. I need to track down who wrote the Boys of Winter, the Pittsburgh Penguins theme song. But anyway, XFL Films. Yeah, truthfully. First game I saw in person was the Avs smoked Edmonton 9-1 in Edmonton. Yeah, that sounds like it rocks. It was immaculately conceived. I think that's probably true. But yeah, I gotta find the guy who wrote Boys of Winter and shake his hand. It's probably some just like production guy, because that's like, those are MIDI horns. Like, it's not a symphonic arrangement or anything. Like, it's just it's a guy with one of these, but like 10 years ago, just hammering away at it and making an arrangement. But you know what? I love it. I think it's great. So shout out to whoever wrote Boys of Winter. If I find out who did it, I'll come back. I wonder, there are some people, I bet like Jesse Marshall might know. He's a Pens guy, works for The Athletic and is on Twitter. First Stars game I saw was a shootout loss to Calgary on my birthday, which is this Saturday. Oh, happy early birthday, Wolfie. Every Wild game I've been to, they've lost. Yeah, so since I moved to the Philadelphia suburbs, I've been to 3 Penguins games. I saw them beat the Devils at Prudential Center, and they handled them pretty easily. It was also like, that was 2021, so that was the Christmas where everybody had COVID and everybody went on the COVID list. So like half the players weren't playing. But that was a good game to see. There was, you know, the Twitter Devils fans, you know what I mean? They were there cheering, glaring at me while I cheered for Teddy Bluger's shorthanded goal. But shout out to them. It was a good atmosphere. Their fans were generally pretty nice. Like, the people beside me were talking to me and stuff like that. But a not very hostile crowd. Kind of in a tough area, the Rock. Like, the Rock's in a kind of, from what I remember, is kind of in like a depressed looking area of Newark. But yeah. Hope the artist is Han Denley. It could be. I don't know. Devils sucked in 21. Yeah. Yeah, it was 21-22, so they were not good. And then 2 times last season, I had like friends reach out to me because they knew I was a Penguins fan, and they're like, "Hey, I through some random thing got tickets to Penguins Flyers for like this Thursday." And like 2 weeks in a row, I went to Penguins Flyers in Philadelphia and watched the Penguins to get their absolute heads kicked in. Like, they looked just awful. And that last year's Penguins team was not very good. But people talking to you during a game. Oh, they talked to me during stoppages. Luckily, they weren't talking to me. They weren't like, "Hey," you know. The Rock is great, except it's in Newark. I also went on Star Wars night. Now I have it's at my parents' house, but I have a Boba Fett Devil's hat. Like, it's a beanie, but it's Boba Fett with the Devil's logo on it, and I think it's very cool. I'm glad that I have it. But But yeah, Teddy Bluger would have been he'd have been a fun get. I don't know if they really have room for him. They have so many like AHL fourth line forward type people. It'd have been tough unless they like swapped him for Kevin Hayes or somebody like that. But yeah, people talking. Yeah, sure. Hey, talking is my whole thing. My girlfriend calls all the videos that I watch on YouTube. She calls them the guys yapping videos. It's like, yeah, that's what I make. So would have loved to have been able to go to Reunion Arena for a Stars game. Too bad it was long demolished before I was born. Yeah, I did get to go to the Igloo a few times. That was cool. I mean, that's where I went to Pens games growing up until 2009 or whatever. Okay, my mother just texted me that the Boys of Winter, the theme song of the Pittsburgh Penguins, was written by the Pittsburgh-based heavy metal band Icarus, and it was produced in collaboration with Cleopatra. Weird, huh? I wouldn't think that would be. I guess I'll have to look more into that. But anywho, all right. Well, like was said a little while earlier, we've talked enough about the NHL. We got to get to the NHL. Here we are. This is our team. Keep an eye on our numbers. I will try and memorize it. Lafreniere wearing 29, Kindle 11, Loshko 27. What's the dead kid from Greek mythology doing with Cleopatra? Yeah, there is a lot of it's a little crossover, a little Age of Mythology action. W Mom. Yeah, as often is the case. Sanderson wearing 85, Clark wearing 6, Evard 3, Evard 2, Hunter 3, Merkulov 4, Bork 10. Okay. I think I have a general understanding. A lot of these guys are wearing their NHL numbers, at least. McCrade is 23, Tasker's 21. Okay. I think I can remember that. Here we go. This isn't the song this isn't apparently Cleopatra was more inbred than the people from Game of Thrones, a show that people talk about having everybody be really inbred on. Like, Cleopatra was like more inbred than that. She was as inbred as like a golden retriever. Like, that's kind of crazy. And golden retrievers are pretty inbred, you know. We took a penalty, by the way. Benjamin Evard. Kendall thrown out of the face-off. Oh, it's Lafreniere wearing 29. Okay. Here we go. Laugh. It's Zary, 18. Okay. I'm trying to learn our boys' numbers. Evard out of the box. Evard's still on the wing. Scores! He scores. He sends it to Nikita Nesterenko in front. Benjamin Evard making up for his early penalty. Getting it to Nikita Nesterenko, picking up a secondary assist, Adrian Hunter. I like how the song gets to a point where it sounds like a Pokemon Hall of Fame. Yeah, kind of. Arseny Gritsyuk mentioned. Arseny Gritsyuk is a key member of our team. It's an athletic article titled The Hard to Believe History of the Pens Boys. Oh, okay. I wonder who wrote that. I wonder if it was... That strikes me as a Rossi piece, probably. It was probably Rob Rossi. They're already one step ahead of me on the Boys of Winter. Oh, I should have mentioned this. The bees are buzzing tonight. Bzzz. I should have mentioned this, but I think, and it's not like 1,000%, but I think we're gonna have a guest on for the next Leafs video. if scheduling and stuff works out. So that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna say who it is in case it doesn't work out, but I think it's looking pretty good. It is indeed a Rossi piece. Yeah, that strikes me as it. I can from the titles I can usually tell which of the. If you tell me it's The Athletic, I can usually tell which of the writers wrote it, like whether it was Jesse or Josh or Rob Rossi. Rob Rossi, the most controversial of those three. Everybody loves Jesse. Josh gets way more hate than he deserves. Josh has like always been my favorite Penguins writer. That's why I wanted him to be on the Penguins series. But some people give him flack on Twitter because he's a little smart alecky on there sometimes, but it's not even bad, you know. But and then Rossi is the one that people sometimes hate on. A Leafs guest, yes, and it yes, a Maple Leaf related guess. And no, it's not Dangle. I couldn't get Dangle. That'd have been funny though. I thought about it. I thought about reaching out to Dangle. I don't think he probably doesn't check his DMs. Because could you imagine? If I was Dangle, I wouldn't be checking my DMs either. Like David Ayers, that'd be awesome. I should get David Ayers on. I get somebody really hated by the Maple Leafs, just having no idea, like being out of it's Ken Klee. Yeah, I get Kurt Sauer to come on and talk about how they wanted to trade for him and traded for Jeff Finger instead. Yeah, I should get Kurt Sauer and Jeff Finger on. A real lumberjack to talk about the Maple Leafs, yes. He's talking about Swayman. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh Lord. Swayman came out 4 miles and turned the puck over directly to them. I saw his stupid little square going waddling out there. Oh, brother. Howard LaFleur, son of Guy, I assume. Get Kerry Frazier. Yeah, that's the guy who is hated by the Leafs, who I should have gotten. Like, Kerry, how did you keep your hair so nice? How did you keep your hair so nice all the time when you weren't wearing a helmet? Didn't know we put Fleury in that tonight. Yeah, he's the going wandering. Hey, there we go. Lafreniere. Making it work. Okay. I'm Chris Cuthbert. Yes. Sometimes Swayman's bravery can override his intelligence. Seems that way. That was a weird breakout where we just stopped in our defensive zone. Here we go. Yep. There it is. Lafreniere puts another one in. I didn't think he scored that, but I guess Nestorenko gave it back to him. Got Kerry Frazier's book for half price a couple years ago, but I need to actually read it. I need to finish Steve Simmons' book about David Frost. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty horrific. Truthfully, I kind of had to take a break from it because it's like, man, this guy was a real piece of crap, you know. But it's very interesting to see, like, man, he was really making Sheldon Keefe beat up little kids and stuff, you know. Like, it's pretty sad. Did you see that? Is that Chris Cuthbert? Here we go. I know. You'd be shocked. Everybody who even reviews that book is like, listen, I know it's Steve Simmons. I know. But you could tell Bobby Orr actually wrote it because it wasn't very well structured. That's I kind of admire that a little bit more. Defending a narrow lead, have our forwards back check a little bit more. No, we're fine. Keep it rocking. Why is Nestorenko on the top line center? Did Kindle get hurt? Ben. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Oh, no, he seems fine. Getting some looks here. The Iqaluit Bees look like they can keep with the top division here, you know. I found it more authentic than something clearly ghostwritten. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the Players Tribune articles where it's like, did you really write this? Did you really? Like, I'm not sure you did. And very positive opinions on Don Cherry. Well, that's nice. I'm glad for him that he liked Don Cherry. Don Cherry was only there for like a year, I think. And I think Orr in himself is kind of like a good old boy kind of guy, you know. So he probably was all in on Cherry's good old boy stuff. We're kind of gumming up the neutral zone a little bit here. We're just letting them dump it in, and we're going in, and we're dumping it in, and then they're going in, and they're dumping it in, and we're going in and dumping it in. Oh, we iced it. That's going to be problematic. And we threw it out of play. Okay. It's the Kindle line. Here comes Lafreniere. Here comes Kindle up the middle. I thought we were getting a real chance there from DeBrusque. Still holding on. 3-2 still. Getting some good play from Swayman. That's why we gave him the big bucks. Other than that one mental lapse. Kind of getting score effect here. Like, we've gone into a little bit of a shell in the third. Here they come. And here we go. And here they come. And there we go. Yeah, get some distance shots on. I feel like we hadn't put a shot on in a while. The goalie holds on. Bork wins the faceoff. Swayman with another save, and we held on. Big win. Big win for the team. Nikita Nestorenko picks up a goal and an assist, and is the top first star. Not sure why Lafreniere isn't the first star, but that's fine. Nikita Nestorenko opens the scoring. Goes to Alexei Lafreniere on the power play. Goes to Alexei Lafreniere again on even strength a few minutes later. So, big game. Big game. Alexei Lafreniere, pretty good overall game rating. Adrian Hunter, our power play quarterback, picks up a couple points. Our guy Ben Kindle, like Tasker, we're okay. That'll work. Big opening day win. Swayman shows up the way we needed him to. Probably going to need a lot of that. So we're getting there. All right, what's Swayman at? He's still at 100%. He can go. FHM isn't very good with award stars. Yeah, it seems to not really get it. Big win. IQ beats up the Brandon Wheatlords 5-2. Get a couple assists from Jake Sanderson. Goals from Nestorenko. Goal from Kindle into an empty net. And another good game from Swayman, but not a incredible game. We outshot the Brandon Wheatlords. That's kind of all we need, is to keep even with teams like that. No, not Arseny Gritsyuk. What's he hurt with? A mild shoulder strain? He's okay. He's okay. Oh, we concussed Jorge Ramirez, native of Spain. Oh, poor Jorge Ramirez. Didn't mean to do that to you, buddy. He's a pretty good player, too. And Kendall on his ear. That's right. In fairness, incorrect game stats is accurate. Yeah, that is true. Greg Hedrick is comfortable playing left wing. Nice, man. That's cool. Has anybody been playing badly? The Brusque still. I'd like to get Popova back in the lineup, but I don't really see how to do that right now. All right, Swayman. Give us a good start, buddy. No lacerated necks. Yeah, that's true. We were, yes, they had the guillotine out. 4-1 IQ. If we stay healthy, we'll be okay. Loshko, Lafreniere, Zeri, Mercula. Very nice. Swayman with a big game. Sanderson with a great defensive game. Lafreniere has been awesome for us so far. We just need him to keep that up. DeBrusque needs detraded. It's true. I think it might be time. Patrick Laine. Well, hold on. Would you like a gently used Jake DeBrusque? The wonders of a decent budget. Yeah, we can compete in the NHL with an actual budget. How about a lightly used Jake DeBrusque? It's hardly likely they'll accept that. They want him gone. They want him gone. We'll throw the offer out there. Whitehorse. Okay, a couple of our guys are... Dylan Clark is kind of beat up. So let's just get somebody else in there for him. Let's get Popova back in. Line A, video game version of Patty Line. Yeah, uh-huh. That's the goal, is the non-real life version of Patrick Line. All right, Popova's going to play some top line minutes here. Popova. Okay, that'll work. Playing Whitehorse. Gritsiuk's a warrior. He's staying in. Do we give Clara his first start of the season? I say yes. 6-2 in the territory war. We take the territory war. Jake Sanderson. Mercula, Grubb, Evard, Nestorenko, and Cardwell. There's no Fortnite. Yeah, as far as I know. You think he wears the Peter Griffin skin? I hope he wears the Peter Griffin skin. Soul traded Colin Graff for Gerard Riddick. Of course. Time to learn Chinese ease, buddy. Uh-huh. Does IRL Line get re-signed by the Habs? No, I think they launch him into the sun. Line A on paper is better than Line A in game. Uh-huh. How did Popova play in that last game? Not well. So Clark's coming back in. Clark, and Clark. Okay. No way, they say. It's not a fair offer. Okay, fine. What do you want? Who do I have? How about Solovyov? Okay, they'll take Solovyov for it. All right, sure. We'll see. Oh my gosh! How do we have that many revenue? The game revenue's crazy. What game is this? This is Franchise Hockey Manager 12. And we are in a fictional league called the Nice Hockey League, where everyone has been re-scrambled onto new teams, and there is also a relegation league called the Bad Hockey League. The Iqaluit Bees just came up from the Bad Hockey League to the Nice Hockey League. Oh, it's because I'm spending a ton on attendance bonuses and promotions. I thought ahead, I guess. I guess we'll up team morale, but I can save some money, honestly, to have a better next season. Which might actually be my problem. What's up, Ben? Can't wait for Leafs 4. Go Pens. Yeah, me too. I am excited to put that video out. I think it will be really good. I think it's pretty, I don't know, I think it's pretty funny. Put some good jokes in there. But it's also really informational. I mean, I'm a man who has read a lot of Toronto Star columns. Fly-in tickets, baby. Yeah, they're coming in those, like, the puddle jumper, like, prop planes. Because I don't think there are really a ton of roads to get up to Iqaluit. 3-2, IQ. Let's go. Nikita Nestorenko continues to be red hot. Ben Kindle. Maverick Bork gets his first of the year. Move over, Akira Schmid. Our new players are getting accustomed to being here. Simon Simone is pretty good. Swayman has been an animal. We just have to hope that keeps up. Yes, we are flying it in. That Leaf series has gotten me through 2 long car drives. I got a 12-hour one to NC coming up. If it's not up by then, I'm watching the years between again. I'll try and have it up by then. We'll see. I'm hoping. Iqaluit is air access only. I thought so. I thought that was the case. Air North and Bearskin Air. Over some crazy Ed Belfour series. That'll be the next one. We'll get some Belfour in the next one. This one is mostly just the Leafs being varying levels of evil as a hockey team, not as like people, but like being a pretty nasty group of nasty fellows. Merkula is really, I mean, Gritsyuk is really hurting. I think I got to give him a day off. Let's see if Breeze can earn a spot in the lineup here. Scratch Gritsyuk. Have you lost a playoff series to Akira Schmid? 31 teams? No. I can't believe. What a weird, what a odd era for the Rangers that they're now coming out of. Like the Panarin era is very strange. Jelena and Vasicek combining to end the Leafs' best cup. Yeah, that team. I'll talk about it in the video. That Carolina team was not good. That was not a good team. The Leafs should not have lost to them, but again, it'll come up in the video. But they were so that team was out of gas. They were so beat up. But yeah, that Carolina team was not good. Panera. Ah, okay, yeah. Swayman is carrying this team. He's been awesome. He's our guy. Okay, well, hold on. All right, he's allowed to have a bad game every now and then. He picked up some goals. I'd rather lose 7-5. Yeah, Swayman had a bad game. That's okay. Yeah, and we outshot them pretty substantially, 46-30. If that's how we're losing, I'm okay with that. Come on, Flickers. Take the trade. You've been watching the Bruins this year. What do you think is happening? Yeah, it's true. Archer Zerbe will come up. Helmut's what's his name from the Red Army? The Red Army team will not make an appearance, unfortunately. Okay, how about you? I'll take Solovyov off. I'm sure. Okay. How about DeBrusque? And do we have a guy who is... How about Donne? No, they don't want Donne. Kind of want... I like Hunter. I like all these guys. They want the third goalie? No. I don't think the Leafs have ever operated well as a team or business. Dubas was the chosen one, and the Shayna plan shot him down. It sure seems that way. Chinikov for the heart. Yeah, we love Chinikov. Hoping for mentions if I stole Mike Vernon's job. Is that Trevor Kidd? Or yeah, Trevor Kidd. Wild legend Owen Nolan. Yeah, Owen Nolan, that'll be the 03-04 to the end, all those crappy teams after in like 05-06. But what does the make this work button add and subtract? Oh, good idea. Who do they want? Any of my good players. Oh, they'll take Popov off for him? Yeah. Yeah, I think I can do that. Can you give me a little bit more on your end? Maybe like a youngish guy. Can I take a crappy defenseman back? I'll take Callan Addison. Oh, they don't want to trade Callan Addison. Tom Willander? No. Justin Falk? Sam Renzel? No. When does Justin Pogge come up? Is it a year away from saving the Leafs and yet? Yeah, Yeah, I think he's him and like Kyle Wellwood, like that era of the Leafs are almost kinda sorta good, but never making the playoffs. Yeah, I think it is. I think they're trying to rip me off. I kind of want a little bit more from their end. They'll give me both Tuck and Line because I'm taking so much salary on. Honestly, yeah, and then I'll give them, yeah, I'll give them Popova and DeBrusque for Tuck and Line. Do we get to 2002? Yeah. Yes, we will talk about that bloodbath series. Kalen Addison. Yeah, I thought for sure he was going to be good. I was kind of like, I thought the Penguins might get burned by that trade, but it turns out that didn't work out for him. I'm hoping this trade works. They haven't responded yet. Do you imagine like sending an email about a trade and they don't respond for a while? Like, I'd be kind of annoyed. All right. Let's give Damian Clara the start. this game. Give Swayman a little bit of a break. Uh-oh. Tasker picks up a couple goals. He needed to get going, so it's okay. A loss is a loss. We have a lot of regulation wins, which are it's going to carry us for a while. Okay, so Gritsuk is almost ready. We got Zucker for... That's right. Yeah, that was the Zucker trade. It was him and pick. First, maybe? Something decent. It was a lot to get Zucker, but Zucker was a good Penguin for a long time. He was hurt a lot in the beginning of his tenure, but his last couple seasons as a Penguin, he was pretty good. I liked having him as a Penguin. He was a favorite of me personally. All right, we're putting Gritsuk back in the lineup. Second biggest AHL crash out award, second only to Tuukka Rask. Make sure you talk about Steve Webb in the Isles series. I've heard that if you don't talk about him while talking about this series, you obviously didn't watch it. Yeah, he comes up. What's his face? The Pat Quinn. Pat Quinn has some pretty funny quotes about him. Didn't the Wild also get Galchenyuk? Yes, I think so. Yes, that a weird trade. Galchenyuk never worked as a Penguin, unfortunately. They gave Archer Shelovs the first star. We lit up the Idaho Mashers in terms of shots. Yeah, we outshot them 47-19, putting together a team to beat Mike Milbury with hammers after rewatching that Isles series. Yeah, what a weird way he put that team together. I don't know. It's like a monkeys on keyboards kind of situation. All right, doesn't sound too bad. All right, we're trading out 27-year-old Dmitry Popova, who we don't have room for, and 32-year-old Jake DeBrusk for Patrick Laine and Alex Tuck. Done. Galchenyuk never worked. Ever. Yeah. A weird, sometimes 30-goal guy. Like, did he score 30 goals just once? Or did he do it twice? I can't remember. All right. Let's get Laine in here. Who's been our worst forward so far? Yeah, I figured it would be Hedrick. Let's get Tuck in here, too. Tuck can play on this line. Yeah, I like that. 30 goals with Montreal 1 year. Nice. We did get him. We got Patty. He should be a perimeter shooter, I would assume, not a screener. Or, yes, pure sniper. There we go. Milbury gets credit for Sean Bates. That was Laviolette's guy mostly. I don't know if anybody should get credit for Sean Bates. Same with, like, Kip Miller, too, who they just picked up off the scrap heap randomly. Yeah, known sober driver. Known non-slur sayer, Alex Galchenyuk. What an insane video. Like, at first, when he got arrested, it's like, man, this poor guy needs help. And then it's like, oh, jeez. This guy really needs help, I guess. Yeah, Milbury doesn't... I don't think he really deserves a lot of credit for many things. Maverick, you can come off the power play. Mr. Tuck will be taking your place. I like that. And that'll give, because Maverick Bork's kind of getting run into the ground right now anyway. So take him off the power play. Give him some time. I'm gonna put Laine on that top power play, actually. Swap him and Loshko. I think that'll work. Can Tuck kill penalties? Yeah. Yeah, he can kill penalties. Let's, maybe Zary can use a break. No, not McCrate. Tuck. Okay. Alright. Let's keep it rolling. Patty, you can't wear 29. You gotta wear, how about 92? He's an EP guy. He needs to eep. It's true. Poor Chucky's situation was like, oh no, poor guy. Yeah, It was very Mark Sanchez situation. It's like, man, that guy really needs help. Off topic, Milbury and Roenick is a hilarious intermission combo that NBC Sports had for a while. Yeah, them and Keith Jones, they just had whoever up there. And then poor the guy who does TNT now. I can't think of his name. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't think of his name. But the like host who was pretty good. I liked him, but then he had to like hang out with Mike Milbury and Jeremy Roenick the whole time, which I would assume would wear on you. It would wear on me at least. Oh, we lost to the Pancakes. Keep getting in regulation wins and we'll be okay. Yeah. Nightmare blunt rotate. Yeah, absolutely. Pierre would just be telling me where people went to college. On the topic of substances, remember the Ruzichka debacle? Yeah, I forgot about that. Liam McHugh, thank you. Lamau McHugh. Yeah, Liam McHugh. Yeah, that was weird. He's just gone now, isn't he? Like, he's Russia forever, I guess. Oh, we can't be losing to Reno. Our guys kind of gotta get their feet underneath them with the new additions. It's Will Ferrell. I forgot about Will Ferrell. Remember Milbury trashing John Scott, my dad defending John Scott, yelling at the TV. He hated John Scott, but he hated Milbury more. That's always said something to me. Yeah. Known alum of SUNY Buffalo. Good for Liam. He seems like a nice guy. 3-2. Big win. Line A picks up some goals. Line A, Maverick Bork, Jake Sanderson. When Robbie Fabry made his Wild debut, he became the first player to play for the Wild, Red Wings, and Ducks. Funny thing, of these franchises were around in 2000, the Wild share the... Here we go. I didn't know there was a character limit. The Toucans and the Fireball. No, I don't even know the Fireballs anymore. These aren't my guy. Well, except for freaking Trevor McNeil, who I signed for them and has turned into like a franchise defenseman. Jerks. Fewest players in the Red Wings and second most with the Ducks. Interesting. Robbie Fabry. Robbie Fabry was really... He broke his leg in that playoff series, and it was like he was never big R Robbie Fabry ever again. Oh, I wish we took that to overtime. We got some late goals. Adrian Hunter keeps putting up points, but a bad game from Swayman. Come on, Swayman. I'm defending him, but I'm saying there was room for improvement. Connor Garland's hurt. Damien Clark's on the brink of returning. Well, he's just going to keep backing up for now. Come on, Sway. Poach McNeil. His knee never recovered. Yeah. I listen, I've been lucky enough to not blow out a knee, so I wouldn't know, but we win again. Alexei Lafreniere gets a pretty good depth scoring from this team. Our defense scores a lot, actually. Media praises Lafreniere. He stood up and he had plenty of opportunity. Solid so far. With all the depth the Wild added at the deadline, they might not get many games in the playoffs. Yeah, I think that's probably true. The Wild did add a lot of like stuff around the outside, you know, which that'll work, you know, for what they are. Damian Clara is ready. I'm not gonna give him the start. We got to beat the Santa Fe Pontiac Aztecs, and we do. Arseny Gritsyuk picks up 2 more goals. Yeah, just everybody is putting up points. I think our defense is putting up just insane points. I gotta look at the roster, though. Yeah, we're led in points by Jake Sanderson, second in points by Adrian Hunter, and then the forwards. Line A has 6 points in 6 games with us, so can we check in on the Tigers? I wonder if they have hired more local scouts. We have to go down to the bad to see the Tigers. That's crazy, huh? That they're playing really well. That's crazy. Who could have seen that coming? Steve. Oh, they did sign this Ludwig Schodin guy who I have never heard of. Ilka Antilla, the guy that I got, has been really good for them. Surprise, surprise. Gleb Trigozov and Jeffrey Vernon. Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise. Billy Karen was an absolute dunce, especially for his Olympic decisions. I guess I can't say anything now. Maybe it's possible an NHL GM is smarter than me. Yeah. He did the Mike McCarron thing is pretty bad. His thing is we'll see how it works out long term. I'm not sold on Mike McCarron. But I don't know. Bill Guerin's whole thing is that he shows up and he gives people like he's like, this is the best that I can do. Here is my best offer. And I think he did that with Mike McCarron, and I don't think he really needed to give a second for Mike McCarron because it is Mike McCarron, but you know, whatever, I guess. The Lawton return. We'll see what Mr. Lawton can do. The NHL is Rick Harris. Yeah, it kinda, yes. Except if the item was valued at $1,000, he would just be like, "Yeah, I'll give you $1,010." Then you're like, "Oh, I guess, sure, here you go." Like, and that works sometimes. Like, that works in the case of like Quinn Hughes, where he just showed up and said, "Here is a fair price for Quinn Hughes," and Jim Rutherford was like, "Yeah, I mean, I can't say no to that." So he took the deal. But good game from Clara, our guy. Line A, Kindle, Zary, Cardwell. Nice. Good game, Damien. We lit up UPL. We're headed to Albuquerque. Here we go. Swayman back in net. And we lose to the Albuquerque. Zary. Okay. Wait, why did Clara get the... Oh, I didn't mean to put in Clara. Well, he played well, so that's fine. Lafreniere's not to blame for the loss. They all struggled. I'm not going to pin it on Alexei. All right, Sway. Get the win against the Sandblasters. There you go. Zary with the hat trick. Line A just keeps scoring. We have put Line A in a position to succeed. We have officially put Patrick Line A in a position to succeed. Favorite NHL player? He's been bad, you know. You don't care. Mine's always been Brian Straight. That's a really funny favorite NHL player. Growing up, I always really liked Brian Leach growing up. Like I wore 2 for my travel team. Even though I played center, I was Will Smith and Rutger McGroarty before it was cool. But I probably Pascal Dupuis. I got to meet him at a minor league baseball game. That was nice. But yeah, probably Pascal Dupuis. Just not as much of a Crosby merchant as you would think. A pretty good player. And Swayman was trying his best. We're not going to win every game. Yeah, we need Sanderson. No. Okay, there we go. Danny Ehrman, Tyler Kuma, Nicholas Obey-Bell, or Vinny Destroza. Now those are favorite bad NHL player. Oh, okay. That's a good question. I'm trying to think of some like Mark Donks for the Penguins, but some of them were a little too good. I don't know why the guy that's coming to mind is like Dustin Jeffrey. He was pretty good. Oh, maybe it's one of the. Now Artem Anisimov was too good. I know. It's Tom Kuhnhackl. He wasn't quite bad enough, but Tom Kuhnhackl, I would say. Scoring in Game 4 of 2013 versus Pitt might have been the highlight of my life. He was a Penguin, Brian Straight, for, I think, before that. But specifically bad players, it would be... Oh, Nino was pretty good. If it wasn't specifically bad players. Okay, yeah. But yeah, Nino was pretty good. Nino was a good player. Tom Kuhnhackl is my answer. Final answer. He was fun. He played hard. He wasn't incredible, but he went out there and he did what you needed him to do. I liked Carter Rowney after him. He was not as good, but yeah, I love Tom Kuhnhackl. He was a good player. Yeah, a good mediocre player, you know. Evart's hurt. How bad is Evart hurt? It looks like it's bad. Oh, he tore his thigh. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like Donna is coming in. Komarov had 20 goals and was an NHL All-Star. He was kind of bad. He was a famously bad NHL All-Star. But he did score 20 goals. What another weird player who really kicked around for a surprising amount of time. Leafs Jonathan Bernier. Leafs Jonathan Bernier specifically. I mean, it's not... He was okay with the Kings. Like, he was a good backup with the Kings, but he wasn't really anything all that special. Yeah, there's some good calls there. Who's only at 26? Oh, Sanderson's hurting. Jake, we need you, buddy. You got to hang in there. Yeah, it's tough to lose Evard with a torn thigh muscle. Not that he had been that great, but we're selling. Lonnie McCrate's selling a lot of jerseys. Jake Sanderson is coming back. Ziga Bevitz is almost recovered. Not that we've been playing him. And we are swimming in cash. We are utterly swimming in cash. Started out great with the Leafs. He was an Islander, wasn't he, for a little while? Like, kind of a... Bernier. I thought we were still talking about Komarov. Yeah, who was... Oh, I remember. The best Jonathan Bernier thing is, of course, him at the event for Nelson Mandela. They're like, the reporter comes up to him and is like, "Hey, like, you, what does Nelson Mandela mean to you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, he was just an icon of the game. Just a guy that we really love to see play. He's just an icon, you know. Like, we love Nelson Mandela, one of the best players of all time." Nice. We're a serious contender. We've been successful so far. The fans are thrilled. Our approach is the correct one, and faults can't be blamed on me. Well, that's what they say every year, but yet it comes back to me every time. All right, Sway, get us a win against Sacramento. There we go. Adrian Hunter continues to be just a depth monster. Tuck is kind of not carrying his load of the trade, but healthy player on the injury list. Ziga. He's actually going to go to the reserve list instead. He's not really ready to play on the big team. Jake Sanderson is healthy. Cleveland wants to move Marco Kaspar. In the Global News article, Ari Bernier's appreciation of Mandela. Hockey players constantly growing the game with answers like that. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a guy who is aware. It's like, I can't believe all of these hockey players have, like, questionable politics. And then you ask Jonathan Bernier what he thinks about Nelson Mandela. He's one of the most known athletes in the world and has a lot of impact in any kind of sport that he did, even playing hockey. Everyone knows him from being the type of person he was off the ice and on the ice. But, you know, he changed a whole lot when he was with us. He's a tremendous guy. You nailed it, John. That's Dave Staples seeing Howie Morenz play. That's like the same level of just talking out of your ass. Oh, we lost. OT, though. I think our first OT game of the season. It was seeing Howie Morenz. The question is, was the worst Dave Staples quote seeing Howie Morenz play live when he had died in like 1942, or peeing in the sink? I think they're comparable. No, I don't want AI lines. Clara. Big win for the IQs. Iqaluit. Or on the topic of bad NHL players, bottom 3 team leading scorers in the 1980s in 80 game plus season. 98 Tampa Bay Lightning with Paul Easbear, and the 13-14 Florida Panthers with, I should know this off the top of the dome. Is it Weiss? Wait, what? Oh, are you talking? Oh, Nick Bukestad, yes. Are you talking about the Dave Staples thing, or because it's the Oh, I can't believe we lost another guy long term. Grade 1 concussion. Okay, 1 to 2 months we can live with. We will have to call up Solovyov from the protected list. Okay. Evard can go on the injury list. Yeah, the Dave Staples did tweet out that Staples was tweeting something, and somebody's like, "Hey, how many times did you see Howie Morenz play?" And he's like, "All the time back in the day." He's like, "Probably a dozen times." And they're like, "He died in 1950. Like, you did not see him play, Dave." Or the famous him looking at what was clearly a sink and being like, "This is the solution to long bathroom lines. You just go in, do your business, and keep your eyes to yourself." And he's talking about peeing in a sink, accidentally peeing in the sink, I guess. And the question is, did he really pee in that sink? We may never know. We may never know. I love the Edmonton media. They are the funniest entity in professional hockey. Like, the combination of the kind of lovable, rather oafish character Mark Spector, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, because they have Spector, they have Jim Matheson, who's kind of a hostile old man. And then they have Dave Staples, who's kind of a old fool. And that group is just great. Like, I am glad that they are doing what they are doing. And I mean all of those derogatory terms in the most endearing way humanly possible. Solovyov can't wear number 2. He can wear... Yeah, 28's fine. There you go, dude. Nikita Nestorenko's ahead of schedule. Damian Klara has been really good, so he's going to get another start. We lost to the Roanoke Stars, but in overtime. So, Kutsyuk, Lafreniere went to overtime. Who else scored? Cardwell. Remember Leafs legend David Clarkson? Now that was it. Yeah. I can't. 6 times 6 is crazy for that guy. Like, he had like 20 goals the year before. It would have been, even if he didn't have like this career like outlier season, it would have been crazy to sign him to that contract. Another win for the IQs. Kendall, Lashko, Tasker, Bork. Good game from Sway. We're right there in the mix, man. Oh, look, Chinakov's on the Kalamazoo Kazoos now, huh? He's having a great year in the B. Good for him. Robert Thomas is in the B? Oh no, he's in the N. I was gonna say 30 goals. Oh yes, wasn't it 30 on the nose? Is that right? I don't know why that's popping into my head. Another win over the Montpelier Mountaineers. Line just keeps scoring. Mark Palmer had a strong game. That's good for him. Keep it rolling. South Carolina Swamp Bats beat us. Ben Kendall had a shorty, but Seth Jarvis scored. Oh, it went to a shootout. Okay, that's fine. If it goes to a shootout, I can live with that. The Atlantic City Sadness traded Sam Reinhart for Dave Gaspard. Sure. Come on, Sway. Oh. The Victoria Villains who have the wrong abbreviation. Did we take it to OT? No. We let Dorofeev beat us. We were up 3-1. Kind of fell apart. That's too bad. That's no good, I would say. Man, Alex Tuck has not been good for us at all. Laine's been so good. Tuck is just not. Come on, Clara. There we go. We beat the Cody Colts. Lafreniere, Solovyov. Good for Solovyov. Sokolov. Not Solovyov. I think that's... Do I have two guys with that name? Oh, no, that's their guy. I have Solovyov. Right. Okay. I was like, is that my guy? Clara's been so good. I mean, I have to keep playing Swayman, but... There we go. Beat Montpelier again. Maverick Bork with a hat trick. He's been kind of quiet. Line with another goal. He just keeps it up. He can't be stopped. Adrian Hunter is healthy. The St. John Salties. Come on, Sway. 2-1. Lashko and Nestorenko. Nestorenko in overtime. Where are we at in the standings? We got to be in pretty good shape, at least right now. Yeah, 30 games into the season, 58 points. Are we second in the conference? Third in the conference. Oh, we're second because of the divisions, because Victoria is going to win their division. But we're second in the conference. That's crazy. They're doing pretty well. A plus, what is that? 24, 26 goal differential? Am I not going to get fired this year? I can't even say that. I don't trust it. Oh, we lost to the Jackson Jackrabbits. Here it goes. I said it out loud. No, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be A-okay. We have Jeremy Swayman. And there we go. We just obliterate the Mississippi Monitors, who are as good as us, if not better. Laine with a shorthanded goal. When's he playing the penalty kill? We're hoping for no firing. I'm knocking on wood. Oh, they put in Alexei Kolosov? That's too bad. The one guy who writes for The Athletic, for the Flyers, Kevin Kurtz. I was listening to a season preview back in September that they were doing, and he talked about the Flyers. Let's take a look under the hood at the PDO. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not something we should do. Alexei Lafreniere. Oh, the media loves Alexei Lafreniere, and they hate Jeremy Swayman. That's funny. That's not how it is, IRL. Just random depth guys are unhappy, but our captains are leaders. Our popular guys are popular. Great. So far, so good. The media is harshly critical of me. It doesn't matter. Let's see if I can find our team stats. Team stats are always eluding me. Oh, here we go. Now, team stats. Yeah, there we go. Injury day. Wow. The Iqaluit Bees are one of the more injured teams. You were third in the league in goals and ninth in the league in goals against. I can rock with that. Oh, man, I might have to crunch out some. So, goals per game. Got to bring out the calculator. I don't know if it'll... Well, maybe it'll give me a straight up PDO. That'd be nice. Skirt... No. Okay. I can crunch it out. So, Iqaluit Bees have 110 goals on 959 shots. Oh, that sounds like a not great thing. Where's my calculator? Calculator. Okay. So we've taken 959 shots. Oh, no. I was doing it backwards. We have 110 goals divided by 959 shots. We're shooting 11.5%. Okay. We're averaging we have 79 goals against on 925 shots. So the opponents are shooting 8% against 8.5% against us. That's a 915 save. So 915 save plus, so a 91.5 save plus we're shooting 11%, 11.5%. We have a PDO of 103. That is pretty high. We did not get fired yet. We are actually doing pretty well so far. How are the stat giveaways led by Alexi Lafreniere and Ben Kindle? We are just turning the puck over like crazy. But we're also taking the puck over like crazy. So a lot of puck movement. Defensive game rating. That's not my guy. Why are you highlighting him? I don't have none of the B's. None of the B's are here. Rookie points. Tasker's second. He's been pretty good. Tasker and Loshko. Hedrick had a lot of points per 60. Line A, game winners. Clark has been in 2 fights. Swayman has some wins. He's not like top tier in save percentage. Yeah, that's not awful, but pretty high. Could run out of chances possibly before Peter DeBoer does. Well, if I make it to the conference final, they better be keeping me. Unlike Mr. Peter DeBoer, who makes it to the conference final every year and still somehow gets fired. And yet everybody's like, yeah, I guess I get it. That guy can't get his team over the hump for some reason. And then he's going to be like Paul Maurice, where he's around forever and has a billion kicks at the can, and then finally he's going to break through and everybody's going to be like, he's been this savant this whole time. It's like, okay, I guess, sure. All right, Clara. Oh, not the Soul Stealers. At least we took it to OT. Stole a point. Stole a point from the Steelers. We lose in the shootout all the time. I gotta put line A in the shootout lineup. Line A and Kindle and Zary. Let's try that. Hetzel, the Aflax goalie, is the goalie of the month. That was not one of my guys. Our top selling jersey is Lonnie McCrate, who has a grade 1 concussion. And people love Damian Clara. Holy crap! Dude. Apparently we're a big... we're listed as a big market size. Peter DeBoer, if he could adjust his system, would be Paul Maurice. Oh, that tracks. Yeah, that would make sense. We are making so much money. We are making so much money. And I'm listed as secure. I'm listed as secure. Wow. And I even have us using the very high budget. I wonder if he'll let me really jack up the budget next time. Assign scouts. Don't care. We just have to keep it afloat. Lonnie McCrate's ready for contact. I'm not rushing him back. Hartford. Tyler Seguin's still alive in this league? Like that far down the line? He's 37. I guess he's not that old. He's been up and down from the reserve team for the Hartford Porpoises. DeBoer most recently got fired. Yeah, that was pretty gnarly. I don't know why he did that to Ottinger. The board joins the Hurricanes, the movable force versus the stoppable object. They both... you know what? I bet they'd go to the conference final. And I bet they'd have a great time there. Damn. Lost again to Seoul. Oh, Shai Booyam. Oh, they have Adam Ginning. Our sweet prince. Samuel Honzak got suspended. Lonnie McCrate's almost ready. Oh, stop losing. Please. Lonnie McCrate's back. Okay. Man, Tuck's been horrible. That is a problem. Solovyov has been okay. I'm actually going to scratch Donne instead of Solovyov. Dress McCrate. Get back in there, Lonnie. 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 And Lonnie. And Lonnie. And Lonnie. Oh no. Yeah. And Lonnie. Okay. Get the big win against the sadness. Yes, secure GM role. They saw. They heard me. They heard me say it out loud. What the hell, man? What's going on? What is going on? Can I have a team meeting? Gotta beat the Brandon Wheatlords. No. At least we took it to overtime. Come on, Damien. There we go. Okay. Needed something, and it was a win against the kind of bad Idaho Mashers. Thanks to Line, Bork, and Lafreniere. Clara had a nice game. Needed a regulation win. Lucas Raymond's playing in Whitehorse, huh? All right, Sway. Get the win against Syracuse. There we go. 4-0. Shutout from Swayman. Who had 3 assists? Somebody had 3 assists on our team. Kendall. Good job, Benny. Well, Captain Drew has actual job. Dolan, they are, I think I've said it before, the Rangers are lucky that Dolan doesn't care more about hockey. Because he is generally hands-off compared to how he has been with, like, the Knicks, for example. So they're lucky he doesn't come in and just... Because, I mean, the last time he got involved, he wrote that letter. And nobody liked the letter. And I'm talking about the letter of, like, Tom Wilson committed heinous acts against Artemi Panarin. DeBoer will coach the Leafs next season. I could see that. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable fit, actually. Because the Leafs are dying to get to the conference final. That's their big... The conference final for the Leafs. That's the goal. Shit. Lost to Cody. Hey, guys. Let's figure something out here. Oh, it's Solovyov's getting killed. He's got to come out. We have to put Donne back in. All right, keep it rolling. Come on, Swayman. There we go. Hung on against the Kentucky Colonels to win it in overtime. Zary. Greg Hedrick. Maybe we should have played Greg Hedrick more. Is becoming more hands-on. Yeah, I think that is true. I think ever since that Tom Wilson Artemi Panarin thing, he's become more involved with the team. I think he was reminded that he owned it. Yeah. Because those were clearly pretty popular guys in the locker room, both Trouba and Kreider. And like it or not, those are well respected, like well liked guys that they ran out of town. Nice. We can always count on beating the White Horse War Eagles. Line, Gritsuk, Line, Kindle, Maverick Bork. This team very strangely runs through Patrick Line. All right, Sway. Get us a win, buddy. There we go. 2-1. That's what we needed. I guess I should have been playing Greg Hedrick more because he's picked up since coming back into the lineup. We put him in for Grub. Is anybody really sucking up front? Tuck is still horrible. I gotta see if we can move him. He's under contract for 4 years. We gotta probably try and get out of this while we can. Let's just see what's out there for him. A hurt Gabriel Landeskog. I think one of the most fun things about hockey is the best morale guys are also physical guys who people call dirty players. Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, like they love Tom Wilson in Washington, so we can get Adrian Kempe for Alex Tuck for cheaper and less term. Or Skylar Warwas. Oh, he's barely playing. Kevin Fiala. Okay. There's a market out there for Jonathan Kovacevic. That's true. They do. Ryan Hartman is a little dirty. John Carlson was dirty. I don't. Yeah. Let's pick whoever has the most fun name. Somebody's gonna. I mean, Keegan Colasar has kind of a fun name. 41-year-old Brad Marchand. He gets great scores in leader. I think that's the kind of guy that we should bring in. Can he move at all still? He's still a 13 speed. And he can put... I think we bring in Brad Marchand. He's only signed for this year. He'd be a rental. I say we do it. I'm taking it. Because he can still kill penalties. I think he's a better fit for our team as a third liner penalty killer. Whom? Form under Coach on. It's just to me that he will sandbag if he doesn't respect management or coaching. Same goes for Kreider. Yeah, maybe. I gotta see what I was just texted. Hello? Okay, there we go. All right, let's put you out there. 4-4. And, oh wait, no, it's him. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling. Oh, who has? Oh, Marchand doesn't have a jersey number assigned. Yeah, you can wear 63, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably true. That they're not big Dolan fans in the room, I would imagine. Beat Hartford. Kindle with a shorty. Gritzia, Bork. Keep it rolling. The sadness lit us up last time. And we shut them out this time. There we go. There we go, baby. Yeah, I don't know. They should all wear 63. That's the... Then there would never be any conflict between the players. That's my understanding, at least. We have a home at home on back-to-back days with the Atlantic City Sadness. That's crazy. The NHL player poll. Nothing. Okay. Any of our old guys win in the... No. Okay. Fine. Swayman just played last night, so we'll give it to Clara. And we shut him out again. We shut him out on back-to-back nights. Brad Marchand scored. Let's go. Good job, Clara. William Nylander got suspended. Did he flip off the TV again? Cole Caulfield is the player of the month, and Nicholas Coco is the goalie of the month. Lonnie McCrate, a extremely popular player, I guess. He's not been super productive, but this is just baffling amounts of money. It goes up by more and more every month, and we're spending as much of it as we can. Go ahead, Scouts. You do your thing. Future Hall of Famer Brad Marchand. I will vote for him. Pick 89 available. 78 if it is. 78's interesting. 89's, I think 89's a nice looking number. The Hamilton Hammers. Lost an OT. Isaac Roseanne. Lushko, Cardwell, Kindle. We did tie it to force overtime. Then lost in another friggin' shootout. We're the Pittsburgh Penguins, losing in shootouts. These guys are still adjusting, but they will get there. The Guangdong Tigers traded Oiva Keskinen. I liked Oiva Keskinen. For a bad goalie? Okay. Well, I guess he's pretty good. His numbers are good. Amir Miftakov. Okay. Sure. All right, Sway. Beat Albuquerque. There we go. 8-1 against Albuquerque. 4 goals for Ben Kendall. Ben Kendall, 20 goals on the year. 21 goals on the year. Lafreniere scores. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. Yes. Kendall only got an 81 offensive game rating even though he scored 4 goals. Yes. Nylander should not have apologized for flipping off the TV. Man lives in a panopticon and people are pissed at him. Fighting back. Bullshit. Yeah, honestly, kind of. He's like he doesn't really play the Toronto game, you know? Like, he doesn't seem to really care about the media all that much. If anything, that's another reason Leafsnet should be banished to Churchill, Manitoba. Yeah, I don't know much about the Canadian broadcast. Like, that's all very foreign to me as an American because hockey's so niche down here, comparatively at least. Geez, KJ got a lot of money from the Hamilton Hammers. They suck. They might get demoted. All right, Clara. We got the Atlanta Flickers, the defending champions, who look like they suck this year, and we lose. Great. But it was an OT. Did we lose in a shootout? Yes. Yes, we did. We lost in a shootout. Line scored. Marchand's improving at right wing. Hedrick's improving at left wing. Where are we at? 52 games. Playing pretty well. Still one of the better teams in our conference. The Portland Lobster Pirates. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that I changed the name of the Portland Lobsters to the Portland Lobster Pirates because somebody said in the comments that I should have had the Portland team be the Pirates. Sorry, I'm texting. I'm back. Okay. Unprofessionalism. All right. We lost to the Portland Lobster Pirates. Severson in overtime. We actually lost in regular overtime. Is the colony collapse coming to it? Yes, actually, the colony is returning. Hi, texting. I'm hungry. That's right. I've been rewatching Malcolm in the Middle. What a great program. What a program that brings me joy. We lost. A truly great show, worth your time if you haven't watched it before. It's on Hulu or whatever you have in Canada. Probably Crave or whatever. Do you guys have Hulu up there? You guys probably have Hulu up there. There we go. Kendall, Zary, and Bork. We kind of just need to like run it at about 500 for the rest of the way here. Ben Kendall has taken the lead in points by a pretty wide margin. Because I think they're just a dusting. Oh, no, they're not that great on the power play. They're good on the power play, but not incredible. Hulu is part of Disney Plus. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the deal here. Bullock talked about his time in Toronto and St. Louis. He found it stressful playing for the Blues because management was stressing them to win with the Leafs. He could ignore the media. Interesting. Watch Futurama on Hulu, Disney Plus. It was great. Yeah, I love Futurama. It's awesome. Another great program that I've seen all of. Well, that's not true. I haven't watched the newest season. The freaking Argonauts are killing us ever since game 1. 2 goals in the second, but we fell apart in the third. Hold it together, team. We're going against the Portland Lobster Pirates once again. 1-0. That sucks. Okay, guys. Let's put it together here. The Bellingham Fighting Tractors. They're a beatable team. They're not very good. And we walk them. Okay, that's what we needed to do. Cardwell, Lafreniere, Zary, Lafreniere, Kendall. Okay, that's what we need. Yeah, I'll have to watch the newest ones. They've been pretty. From what I've seen, they're pretty funny. Ryan Suzuki played 10 minutes and 51 seconds on the power play. Huh. All right, Swayman. Let's beat the Flickers. There we go. Just beat the bad teams. Just beat the bad teams. Lashko, Gretzky, Maverick Bork. Keep trucking. Matthew Joseph or Joseph Wall? Huh. Joseph Wall hasn't played since 2027? Wow. It's been a third goalie all that time. Let's get Clara start against the Albuquerque Crystals. They've beaten us. We've beaten them. They've beaten us. Was it in a shootout? No, it was in regular overtime. Bork, Gretzky, Lafreniere. Okay. Fix roster weakness? Which one, man? Left wing and center. Win urgently? Okay, you keep jacking up the expectations. Like, we just got promoted. Be reasonable, man. Okay, what's available? Who's on the block? Nobody worth getting. Do they want us to get Phil Deneau? Mikey Asimont, I guess. Like, we don't That's not gonna work. I'm sorry, boss. I gotta just bear with what I'm doing here. I gotta keep losing in overtime. Specifically the shootout. We at least scored in that shootout, Line. But Line's up to 20 goals. Listen, if we're gonna lose, we might as well lose in the shootout. We have 10 overtime loss points. More than anybody else in the league. Oh, wait. Except for the South Carolina Swamp Bats. We're right even with them. Where are we at in the conference? Third? I can go with that. The Victoria Villains and the Sault Ste. Marie Whippets are still ahead of us. But we're third. That'll work. The Glendale Coyotes. Have the owners in these leagues ever been reasonable? No. No, it has not. But we won 9-2 against the Coyotes. With 5 points from Lafreniere. We like that. Lafreniere is probably going to set his career high in points. Or he kind of really lit him up. Not Dylan Clark. Is there anybody on the in the junk drawer that... Oh no, Avard isn't ready yet. We're gonna have to put Solovyov back. Oh, Clark's out with radial nerve compression. Alright, Solovyov. Stan Donne is gonna move up in the lineup. Come on, Solovyov. Where's Stan? There he is. Stan. Solo. Okay. Where's Hunter? Yeah, Hunter can play in that role. Matthews saying on Toronto is 50-50 based on his feelings is kind of crazy. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Yeah, the Lafreniere's just blasting it by. Our Lafreniere is been significantly more successful than IRL Alexei Lafreniere. Yeah, he's almost a point per game. Like, Line A has cooled off a little bit, but he's still been pretty good. Just getting good secondary scoring from our like third and fourth lines. There's Marchand. Yeah, Marchand has 11 points in 17 games with us after having 10 in 44 games with Tokyo. Welcome, Brad. You're monitoring Matthew's mood from outside his window. Yeah, they're in trouble. The Leafs are in a bad spot. I feel like genuinely pretty bad for them. That sucks. But they're not rolling in the money like we are. Yeah, Carlo was an insane acquisition. I mean, they couldn't... Fraser Minton shouldn't have been what he's been, but... I mean, that's just bad player evaluation then, I guess, on the Leafs' part. Because that wasn't really what he was... He was hyped to be a pretty good player, but... Yeah, I think Treliving is just not very good at his job, is kind of part of the problem. Our guys are getting comfortable. Need to win against the Bellingham Fighting Tractors. And we do. Line A picks up 3 assists. Interesting. Kendall gets a goal. Just keep winning, fellas. Just keep winning. Trade line deadline is the 10th. Who is on the block? Martin Chromiak. What can we get done for Martin Chromiak? Oh, they want a bunch of crap. No thanks. How about Ziga? I'll offer you 20-year-old Ziga Bevets because we have a... Oh, they want me to increase my offer a little? They're responding right off the draw? How about our third goalie and Ziga Bevets? No, okay, I'm not... What about Simon Simone? No, Simon Simone is pretty good. He's building up. He might be able to come onto the roster. How... Breeze? Do you want Breeze? No. Okay, I'm not doing that then. I gave you a chance. Historically, any thoughts on the best and worst trades of this deadline? That's a good question. Best trade, I'd probably have to. I mentioned it earlier, but I really like that Uyghur deal, and I just like Mackenzie Uyghur a lot. I think probably the worst moves were probably more like the moves that didn't happen. Like, I'm kind of surprised that Tampa didn't try and get a little better. I'm kind of surprised Carolina didn't try and get a little better. I don't think a ton of the trades themselves were that horrible. Like the worst one is probably Shen. It's either Shen or Shen. One of the two trades that involved Shens. But yeah. Goal, keep getting fired until we were the best team in the league. That kind of seems like what's happened here. But yeah, one of the two Shen trades is probably the worst one. But I don't think either of those are horrific. I don't think there were any like franchise crippling deals. Like there isn't anything that immediately makes you go, ugh, they're going to regret that. Like we've been talking about with the trade for Carlo last season, where it blew up in their face almost immediately. Like this year, there's not that much issue. Like I'm fine with Buffalo spending what they want to spend, even though it's pretty expensive. We're kind of getting outshot pretty badly these days. Clara had a really nice game, but we have a game against Glendale. Come on, Sway. Overtime again. We are the Columbus Blue Jackets. Best player of the market was Trocheck. Tampa got swept by a team with no identity because they had too many former... Yeah. Who do you think was the best player to be drafted late? Oh, like second round or ever? I mean, like Kucherov was picked in the second round. So that's a good answer. Braden Point, I think, was picked in the second round. Like that's even just guys that are just in the league right now. Like that whole Lightning team is, except for like Hedman and Vasilevsky, but like Gensel was a third. Gensel was a third. Kucherov was a second. Point was a second. Hagel was like a sixth, I think. Yeah, 58th. Take Konopka in a heartbeat. This is because of my time growing up playing NHL 14. We play a ton with the Wild, and anytime Konopka ever touched the puck, my dad would call him the worst player ever. Yeah. Zetterberg was drafted extremely late. Aho. Kaprizov. Yeah, those are all great answers. Datsuk. Oh, it's Lidstrom is the best drafted outside the first round. Or Hasek, I think, was drafted outside the first round too, but I'm not 1,000% sure on that one. But Lidstrom would be my immediate answer. But yeah, there weren't any massive overpayments or steals. I think that's true. All right, we're here at the trade deadline. We probably should do something. We got some prospects that we're probably not going to use immediately. What's the blocks looking like? No. Are they going to budge on Martin Chromiak? If not, I might go and get a defenseman instead. What's Brees? How good is Brees? Yeah, I'd be willing to do that. I'll see if they can give me something more. Oh, can I get Darren Radish too? Oh man, they don't. They really don't want me to get Darren Radish. Do you have a deep defenseman? Carlo trade reminds me of the EK deal between San Jose and Ottawa. At least San Jose got a franchise player though. Right. Yeah, Hasek was like a 13th round pick. Yeah, 9th, I think maybe. You always have to exclude goalies. That is true. Because so few of them get picked in the earlier rounds. Do these guys have any defense? Are you sure you don't want to trade me Darren Radish? What about this guy? Shermelholm. Okay, we'll offer it. They want me to increase it? I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. These people drive too hard of a bargain. How good is this version of Connor Murphy? He's still pretty good defensively. My scout we have a scout named King McMahon. Hasek was 10th round, 199th overall. Right. Yeah, that's deep. Valeri Nichushkin, Mikey Asamoah. I don't know. I don't really want any of these guys. These people want to dump veterans for prospects. Do you have any left wingers? Dylan Duke, Tanner Howe. These are not good left wingers. No wonder they suck so much. That is true. Kako has been not bad in Seattle. It's just Seattle is a farce, unfortunately. Most of the good goalies are 4th or 5th round picks. Yeah, I think Hellebuck was a 4th. No preference. Less interested. They want prospects. Oh wait, they want prospects, so. Oh, this is the team with friggin' what's his face? Yeah, Chromiak. Will you give me Matthew Nyes? I'll give you Simon Simone. And Ziga Bevic. No, they don't want either. It's tough to get a top flight guy. Okay, these guys have prospects. Brandon Hoffman. There we go. There's a Ranger for us. Hull and Gilmore were late draft picks as well, 6th and 7th. That's right. Speaking of last and Fleury, he's the last player left out who had played games before. That's crazy. I hadn't really thought about that, but I believe that is true, yeah. We need like a mid-tier left wing so that my boss will leave me alone about it. They have no preference. We need somebody who's actively selling. These people. They have Ike Howard, KJ, Newhook, some guy named Warwas. Warwas is probably cheap. He's old. I'll see if I can get Ike. Will you give me both Ike and Warwas? What about just Warwas? Where's Ike? Give me Ike Howard, and I will give you this guy. Oh, we can't add enough. It's too much salary. We're kind of crunched here. What's Warwas make? Oh, he's pretty cheap. We can take on Warwas. Can they give us like a crappy prospect? Hey, it's Devin Cooley. Oh, yeah, Brent Burns. Good old Brent Burns. And I think but the gist you get is that he is going to play next year, too. Oh shit, we got a deal done. Solovyov and Bevic for Warwas and Maverick Lamoureux. Okay, I'll take that. We needed help on defense. And we needed help on left wing. Because Hedrick kind of fell off. Where's Hedrick? Hedrick? There he is. Sorry, buddy. Is he good? Is Warwas? Oh yeah, he can really defend. I can probably even take... Yeah, we can take Cardwell off the penalty kill. Move Warwas up. Oh no, we'll leave it like that. Warwas... Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Too many players on the active roster. Who do we have that we can send down? We can put Clark on the IR. Okay. Players need numbers. No, he can't wear 11. You can wear 17. And Lamoureux, you can wear... Yeah, 25 is fine. Okay. So we buffed up once again. Got Maverick Lamoureux. Got Skylar Warwas. Really built out our roster a little bit. And we got a 4-2 win in our first game with the new digs. Lamoureux can probably play further up the roster, but Donne has been working okay on that top pair. Adrian Hunter's hurt. Well, I'm glad we picked up a better defenseman. Swayman. Ooh. Victoria's kind of had our number this year. They're good. Okay, keep it rolling. Let's give Clara a start. There we go, 3-2. Lafreniere, shorthanded goal. Maverick Bork. Yeah, Cardwell's healthy. Yes, I know. The Roanoke Stars. Let's let Swayman take it again. All right, hold on. Here I go. I'm texting. Okay, I'm not texting anymore. All right. Go on, Sway. All right. All right. Zach Benson got a hat trick against us. That's not great. Was it our first pair that got utterly killed? Oh no, it was Maverick Lamoureux. Well, that's not great. Oh, we got killed on the special teams. Merculaw's hurt. Dog, you gotta stay in. Lacerated hand, I need you to keep fighting. Benjamin Evard's coming back. Hang in there, boys. Alright, let's give Clara a start against the Flickers. Okay, big win against the Flickers. The Flickers are terrible. Even with Sid. I gotta be very old Sid. He's gotta be like 43. He's 42. Arseny Gritziuk. Nestorenko. Line. Clara was really good. Avard is almost ready. We need you, brother. The Portland Lobster Pirates have been killing us. And we lost again to the freaking Portland Lobster Pirates. They're not even that good. Avard is ready to return. He is up to the active roster. I'm going to send Sylvester Breeze down. I want to try Lamoureux on that top pair. Where are you, Lamoureux? There you are. Try and utilize him in top pair minutes. Well, Evard's almost back. Because we'll probably scratch Donne. Hang in there, Swayman. Okay. Celebrini. No, not Mike Tasker. Okay, it's just a hip flexor strain. Man, it's an unplayable hip flexor strain. Hedrick, you're up, buddy. They need you. Come on, Swayman. Beat the Lords. That's not good. That's not good. We got to be close to clinching a playoff spot. We got to be close to... Who's the first team out? Yeah, they're at 102 points. We're at 123. Which is not that big of a difference with the 3-point system, but we, like I said, we got to be close to clinched. The Bats beat us again. Kind of limping to the finish line here. Swayman really struggled. Maverick Bork is back at full strength. Oh, yeah. I get him and Maverick Lamoureux confused. That was maybe a mistake, getting both of those guys. Just beat the Flickers. There you go. Just guarantee a win against the Flickers. Lafreniere scores his 30th. Kindle his 32nd. Lafreniere's up to 74 points. Kindle has 69. Swayman struggled again, but that's okay. We're selling a lot of jerseys. Merculaw's almost ready to go. We are swimming in cash. He's very pleased with me. He's satisfied. Mike Tasker's ready. We need him back in. Sorry, Hedrick. Where's Tasker? Tasker's in. I want Donne out. He's kind of burnt anyway. I want Avard in. Tasker. 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 Okay. Avard. Okay. Let's keep it rolling. The Mayans and the Brawlers had a deal. Let's give Clara the start against the Whippets. Hold it together, boys. Hold it together. Okay. You're making me nervous. Making me nervous. 4 games left. I think we are clinched officially now. It's not telling me that we are, but I don't think it's possible for the Lobster Pirates to catch us. Yeah, because even if they got all 9 points, that would put them at 117. And we're at 126. So we are clinched. It would be nice to have home ice and not play the Sacramento Diamond Dukes or the Anchorage Argonauts, both of whom have given us a lot of trouble. Could really use some wins here at the end of the year. There you go. Swayman. Shut him out. Sanderson scored. Maverick Bork got his 20th. Boy, they needed that. Boy, they needed that. Here we go. Roanoke. Get him again, Sway. Another shutout by Swayman. Kindle gets his 70th point, I think. Maybe more than that. I'm not sure. Another shutout for Swayman. How many games left? 2? 2. Syracuse. I gotta just keep going to Swayman. He's on fire right now. Bork with a win, goal. Kindle with a goal. Hey, it's Billy Peterson. Didn't we? Oh, no, that's a different guy. All right, Sault Ste. Marie. Swayman. We lose to Sault Ste. Marie. That's the team with Matthews and Marner. I forgot about them. Tasker, Merculaw, Warwas, McCrate. Okay. Well, Swayman's allowed to have one bad game going into the playoffs. Okay. What's our final statistics? Not that. 78 points for Lafreniere, 74 for Kindle, 59 for Line, or 53 for Line, 52 for Sanderson, 46 for Bork, 45 for Loshko, 42 for Zary, 39 for Nestorenko, 38 for Gritsyuk, 38 for Tasker, 36. Like, just pretty consistent, good performances throughout the lineup. Marchand came in. He cooled off a little bit after we got him. But what about our goalies? Goalies? Okay, I guess we'll just look at them directly. Kalara played in 28 games, had a 9.10, slightly below league average. Swayman had a 9.11. Yeah, 9.11, slightly below league average. It's not ideal, but our goaltending was not crazy. Bobrovsky may retire. I mean, he is 41 years old. The not Mike Babcock Award nominees. I feel like I deserved a little bit for the not Mike Babcock Award, personally. But, okay, fine. They didn't give it to me. The GM of the year, probably should have gotten that one too. The little guy, Andre Loshko, got nominated for the little guy award. I think that's the Lady Bang equivalent, if I remember correctly. The Small Wall Award for Defenseman of the Year, nothing. The Berlin Wall Award, nothing. MVP, nothing. Okay, fine, sure. Okay, here we go. We're in the playoffs. I can't even bring up the chat. There's the chat. I am Torts. Yes. All right. We're playing Anchorage at home. Is that where we ended up? Where'd we ended up 4th, and Anchorage got up to 5th, but we had the tiebreak in wins. We're behind the Kansas Grain Monarchs, who won a ton in overtime. Game 1. We beat Anchorage. For the first time since the opening night, we show up and beat Anchorage. 4-1. Bork, Hunter, Line, Sanderson. And a great game from Swayman. Keep going. Keep going. I have some unanswered messages. Media praises. They finally praised Jeremy Swayman. He stood out. Here we go. Game 2 against Anchorage. Ben, can I get a score prediction for my Carolina Hurricanes versus your Pittsburgh Penguins tonight? The Hurricanes go up 3-1. The Penguins tie it in the third, and then lose in a shootout. That's my prediction. Carolina wins in a shootout 4-3 after blowing a lead. We win it again. We're up 2-0. Loshko, Gritsuk, Lafreniere, and Sanderson. Laine's beat up, but he's playing. Keep it going, boys. Come on, Swayman. We fall 4-1. Emil Heineman. Swayman had a tough game. Is the media going to ask me about him? No. Need a win. All right, we dropped both games in Anchorage. 3-game series, headed back to Iqaluit. No. Jake Sanderson cannot be injured. No, he is playing with his hand contusion. Three to two. We hold off Pasternak. We come back. Lafreniere scores in the second, and we cling on. Good game from Swayman. Got a chance to end it here in Anchorage. The monthly budget, we're making a lot of money. We're making a lot of money for a lot of people. Come on, Swayman. And we have won a playoff series. The Iqaluit Bees have won a playoff series. Finally, we win a playoff series thanks to our hero Ben Kindle and Jeremy Swayman. We have won a playoff series. Jake Sanderson is healthy. We get to play the Kansas Pancakes. Or is it the Kansas Grain Monarchs? I forget. It's the Kansas Grain Monarchs, not to be confused. Is it the Nebraska Pancakes that are in the B? No, there are two Kansas teams. This one is actually the Kansans Pancakes. Capitals have 4 guys tied for the team lead in points with 50. That is wild. And one of them is Jacob Chikrin. Wow. Good for them. Who is coming up in this? The Boisterous. They were close last year. The Boisterous, the Golden Eagles. The Cleveland Oilmen just obliterated everybody. What's going on in their playoffs? Oh, they aren't there yet. Their playoffs just started. I choked. I inhaled something. I inhaled like a hair. Or something like that. Anyway, we beat the Kansas Grain Monarchs. Andre Loshko continues. Skylar Warwas got an abusive official penalty. That's not great. Oh, Auckland and Guangdong are playing each other? That's crazy. My sweet boys. Josh Cox is still the captain of Guangdong. He's played all 82 games. Wow. Sebastian Cosa's a lot better this year. Thanks, Seb. We lit up the Kansas Grain Monarchs. Arseni Gritsuk, 3 goals. Kindle, 3. We're still rolling. We can do it, boys. 5-4. We had been so good at home in these playoffs. Trade for Cox and Kosa. We should bring Josh Cox back. He's a legend. An icon of the game. Oh, Swayman got chased. We had to put in Clara. Rasmus Ristolainen's thinking about retiring. Keep it going, fellas. 5-0. Just stomp them. Mike Tasker, Zary, Lafreniere, Nestorenko, and Tasker again. Swayman with a response. Delay treatment for Lamoureux. Yeah, sorry, dude. You gotta stay in. No, he is. He's staying in. Guangdong's home ice advantage must be insane. Yeah, probably. I haven't looked at. We'll look at their playoffs again after this round. Couldn't finish it out in 5. They had a huge rally in the third period. Swayman struggled. Game 6. And the Iqaluit Bees are headed to the conference final with an 8-0 win over the Kansas Grain Monarchs. An 8-0 win over the Grain Monarchs. Lafreniere is on another planet right now. He is on fire. 2 goals for Gritzia keeps scoring. Tasker keeps scoring. Lafreniere keeps scoring. We run Team C and Schwab out of the... Oh, they don't have a goalie. Who's Team C and Mark Schwab? Who's their normal goalie? Those are their normal goalies? Did they trade a goalie? Oh, they had Darcy Kemper. Where is... They have him on the reserve list? They have Darcy Kemper on the injury list. So they were running Arnaud Teamfesny, Kemper, who was much better, and Mark Schwab. The Caps combined for 2 points last night. The 7-3 Caps win, 1 for Stroman, 1 for Wilson. They're a weird team. I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs this year, but I kind of wish they would, because last year they had a better record than they deserved, and this year they have a much worse record than they deserve. And we're playing our arch rivals in the conference final. We're against the White Horse War Eagles, who beat the 2 and the 1 seed to get here. It pretty handily. And here we are. We've luckily been able to avoid, we struggled against the Austies and Syracuse in the regular season. What's the bad looking like? The Boisterous won. The Aflacs are up on the Guangdong Tigers. The reigning champions, the Atlanta Flickers, who I think are going to get demoted. No, they survived. They snuck out. It's the Bellingham Fighting Tractors are headed down. They were in the NHL for 2 years. And the Santa Fe Pontiac Aztecs, who were in the NHL for a long time. And the Albuquerque Crystals. Both the Breaking Bad teams are headed down. Welcome back, Outer Space. Welcome back. We can do it. Keep going, fellas. Keep going. We owned Whitehorse in the regular season. We can't be losing game 1 to them. 3-0. don't criticize Swayman. That's the response we needed. Swayman said, criticize me. Who do you think you are? I will stop 22 shots. Me. And Ethan Cardwell will score twice. They're praising Swayman now. All right, White Horse. Oh, they scorch us. Sylvan Schmid. Sylvan Schmid. He was on Centralia. Yeah, he was one of our guys on Centralia back in the day. We traded him. Who'd we trade him for? Oh, he's the guy we traded for Devin Levi. Okay. They're so hard on Swayman. Our jerseys are flying off the shelves. You thought we were making money before? I mean, we were making a little bit more money before, but now we're really making money. Our guys are developing. Four to 1. Carl Grunstrom is killing us. Oh, Dylan Clark got a setback in his injury, so we're not getting him back. One of our most reliable defensemen. Facing elimination. The Iqaluit Bees. They fought back. They tied it up. It was 2-0. It was 2-2. Then it was 3-2. It was 3-3. And with 38 seconds left, Jim Veach scored to send Iqaluit home for the summer. It's going to be some long, sunny nights for Iqaluit. And I mean, Maverick Lamoureux was hurt that whole time. What did we get during the playoffs? Do we have any All-Stars? No, I think the All-Star game is bugged. Lafreniere put up 22 points in 17 games. That's why we have him wearing the C. It's the kind of performance we needed. He gave us everything we needed. Ben Kindle put up 6 goals, but nobody was close to Lafreniere. Hunter continued to be a very good player for us. Who was a plus 15? Oh, Loshko, the other guy on their line. They showed up. They showed up when they needed to. But they just couldn't get it done. They were close. They were so close to playing for an NHL championship. They just couldn't get there. What about our goalies? What did Swayman finish the playoffs with? A 906. So I understand why the media was a little critical of him. Especially with Damian Clara waiting in the wings. The Iqaluit Bees. I don't think I'll get fired. Yeah, the Quebec City Oasties trounce the White Horse War Eagles. That was probably happening to us if it was us. So firing probability 50%. I think that's about right. I think it's about 50%. Oh, the Winter Olympics are going on. Patrick Laine is playing for Finland. None of our guys are on Canada. Both Merkula and Lashko are playing for Belarus, and Sanderson's playing for the U.S. Laine for Finland. Nobody for Canada. And the two Belarusians, and Sanderson and Laine. Yeah, just the two Belarusians and Sanderson and Laine. The awards ceremony for the Bart Trophy. The MVP was Connor Bedard. Playoff MVP was Matthew Wood. The Little Guy Award goes to Pat Anderson. The Defenseman of the Year, Moritz Seider. Face-off, best defensive forward. The face-off winner award goes to Bendik Washik. Aiden Hill wins Goalie of the Year. John Lurch, GM of the Year. And John McGowan, the Not Mike Babcock Award. The U.S. is still playing well. Sanderson looks to be on their third pairing. Dylan Clark is still hurt. Our monthly budget looks great. Our scouts are doing what they need to do. The Olympics are happening. They didn't give us a winning percentage of 600 or better. Come on. Oh, they're letting me hire my staff. I usually get fired on July 1 if I'm going to get fired. Oh, Sid retired. I'm looking. He is satisfied. He is satisfied. He is satisfied. He is satisfied. Cash in on Swayman. I think that may be what I do. Oh, look, the Tigers fired another GM. What a surprise. Tigers don't know what they're doing. Is that our coach? No, that's not our coach. I don't think. Mike Croker? No. Okay. Okay. Also being fired now, 45%. Our annual budget? Give me a high payroll, man. Raise my development bonus and spend a lot on marketing, and we're still cruising. We still have plenty of money. I forgot to sign free agents. Well, it's because I didn't realize I didn't realize. Whoops. Okay, there's still free agents out there. Anyway, we didn't get fired. Is there anybody who... Oh, there weren't a ton of big signings. Only Michkov. Which is okay. If we miss out on Michkov, that's fine. We survived. We survived. We survived. And we have $11 million in money to spend. Okay. All right. Well, we did it. Yay, changed my name. I see. Okay, I pieced that together. Now you are Abyss Angel. All right, nice. Well, I guess that'll do it for this stream. I will work out the off season over the next week, and we'll come back. If I'd have gotten fired this time, we'd have probably ended the franchise hockey manager streams, but I didn't. So we're good to go, baby. Woo! 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 We live. We live. We live. And we get to up a bunch of our stuff. All right. Well, my friends, I will catch you next time. It was a pleasure as always. Stop back again soon. I hope to see you guys then. Peace. So long. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. I leave. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.